This is my video proposal for my quantitative data analysis project. So for the idea, I decided to talk about how color psychology and branding is a rich area of research within the design field with many different potential directions to explore. And based on the premise that colors have an emotional impact on people and that this emotional impact can be harnessed by designers and marketers to create effective branding strategies. About me. As a student pursuing a minor in fine arts studio, this topic is of great interest to me as a designer. I've also taken a course on color and people's perceptions with colors at the University of Waterloo for my Fine 204 class with Dr. Linda Carson, which makes me familiar with the concept between color and human perceptions. The research question. So for me, the research question that I want to ask is, what kind of emotions are linked to specific colors and branding, and how do these associations vary across cultures? For the feasibility, I think this is a feasible idea because it is based on well-established readings on color, psychology, emotion, and branding. There's also a wide range of existing research on the emotional impact of colors and how they are used in branding, so therefore the project can leverage existing research, which make it easier and more efficient to design the study and analyze the data. For the scope, I think the scope of the project is broad enough to generate meaningful insights on the emotional impact of color branding while still being specific enough to provide actionable insights for designers and marketers. By focusing on the emotional associations, the research can provide valuable information on how to create more effective and culturally relevant branding strategies that connect with audiences on an emotional level. For the merit, I think this idea has merit because it addresses a gap in the existing readings on the topic. Although there is a significant body of research on the emotional impact of color in branding, much of this research has been conducted in Western cultures. By studying how emotional associations with color may vary across cultures, this research can provide a more nuanced and global understanding of the emotional impact of color in branding. For the dependent variables, I decided that they would be emotional associations with specific colors and branding, the cultural background of participants, and the intention to purchase the product. For independent variables, there are color hue, color saturation, product type, brand logo design, brand voice, location of the brand, and also marketing tactics used to promote the brand. So for my data collection plan based on the question I asked before, I would start with a sample selection, which helps identify the target population for the study based on demographics or cultural groups, and probably select a sample of participants using appropriate sampling methods such as random sampling. Then I would go to my survey design, where I would design a survey to collect data on emotional associations with specific colors and branding, and include questions that ask participants to rate emotional responses through ratings. Probably include questions that ask participants about their cultural background as well. Then for the data collection, I would perform the survey online, in person, or by mail, depending on the population, and ensure the survey is administered consistently across all participants to minimize the bias. For the data analysis, I would probably analyze the data using to identify patterns in emotional associations with specific colors, identify important emotional associations with specific colors and how they vary across cultures using regression analysis or factor analysis, and also using descriptive stats and significance tests. After that, I would prove it by using validation, by validating the results of the data analysis to ensure reliability and accuracy, by comparing survey results with other measures of emotional associations with color and branding, and also possibly conduct follow-up studies to confirm these results.